live from the University of Benin campus, located in Benin City of Edo State in South Nigeria. We thank you for joining us this afternoon. We have the privilege to present to you this afternoon a great youth debate titled The 77%, Your Future, Here or Abroad, brought to you jointly by German news service Deutsche Welle and Nigeria's topmost award-winning news network, Channels Television. You may be asking yourself the question, what is the 77%? The answer is this. The 77% is the African youth bulge. It is the demographical reality in which 77% of the total population of sub-Saharan Africa is currently aged under 35 years of age. Now, this presents opportunities and challenges across the continent, and we are here to get in-depth discussion and debate around some of those issues. We know that in Benin City right now, there is a hub right now of illicit human trafficking activity and also a hub of illegal migration activity. And these are some of the issues we are here to address today. As we get into the issues, it's important to note that this debate has both solutions and challenges. We are going to pinpoint some of both with an esteemed panel and, of course, members of our audience. So as we begin the debate, as we begin the discourse, I now throw it over to my co-anchor. But before I do that, I remind you that I am Channels Television anchor and presenter Ajuri Ngelale, and my co-anchor is
Edith Kimani from DW News. Thank you, Ajuri. It's important for you to remember your name. But thanks once again for joining us. As Ajuri mentioned, not only will we tackle the issue of what the problem is, but we're also curious to find out why it's remained so prevalent, despite efforts both by government, the private sector, and civilians to try and address it. So we do welcome your comments. We are going to be live on Facebook, and our details will definitely be appearing on your screens. But right now, with wasting no more time, I think Ajuri should tell us what to expect for the next 25 minutes.
Well, absolutely. We do have an esteemed panel, Edith, and let's start with Sister Biriana Eminaha, who is the coordinator of the Commission for the Support of Female Dignity. We also have with us this afternoon Mr. Okodua Solomon, who is the Senior Special Assistant to the Edo State Governor on anti-human trafficking. We have with us next to him Mr. Mika Amanoka, who is the Honorable Commissioner for Youth and Special Duties for the Edo State Government. We have next to him a young man, Mr. Oguche Divine, who is a former member of the Student Union Government here at the University of Benin. And finally, last certainly not least, we have an entrepreneur by the name of Aigbe Omeregie. And so with this esteemed panel, we have quite a number of issues to get into. And we know that we're going to get some diverse insights, particularly because this panel is made up of men and women who are directly engaged with the issues concerning this conversation around human trafficking and, of course, illegal migration, as well as job creation. So without further ado, before we get deep into the discussion, we are going to introduce to you a short special report for your viewing so that you will have an in-depth understanding of some of the issues that we will be delving into this afternoon. Take a look.
I begin my journey in Benin City, the capital of Edo State, in South Nigeria. The city lies some 320 kilometers by road east of Lagos. And the population here is put at less than 2 million people. Today, a bustling commercial center has evolved in the city, and many go about their lawful businesses during the day. When night falls, the ugly side of Benin City is exposed. Young women line major street corners as commercial sex workers. Not to ruffle any feathers, I choose to film from inside the car. Every young woman here is a potential prostitute in Europe. For many of them, in Benin City begins their adventure to the west. In Benin City, they are recruited by the traffickers. Meet Tonia, a 26-year-old returnee. Before coming down to Benin City, Tonia had told me how she was lured to Italy when she was just 17 years old. It's now over 5 years since Tonia was deported, but her memories of Italy has continued to haunt her.
So what is she trying to say? I was like...
She narrates her ordeal in the presence of Sister Bibiana, an anti-trafficking activist.
She said that the next day that I'll be going with them to the streets to work. If I know I don't want to stay here, she's not going to waste her money that she used in bringing me back home, that she's going to do me something. For 3 days, I did not eat. She refused to give me food since I said I don't want to do the work. She collected my phone because I wanted to call my parents to tell them, look at what I'm going through. Whenever she's going out, she locked me in the house, hold the key, the food, wherever her food is, the food she cooked, she made sure she locked up the door. It's just the room that I live, that is where I will have access to. So the other following week, I have to follow them to work. I said, okay, since this is the life here, let me still join. That was how I started doing the same job with them.
This is Favor. 2 years ago, she wanted to travel to Europe, but when her best friend died on the way, she turned back. She now helps to recruit young women who want to go to Europe.
How I help them is that I will tell them the route they will follow, give them the connection. That's the way I help them, because they know that I have experience. So, but I don't tell them all my experience, so that they will have the mind to go.
Our colleague, Steve, benefits from his rich network of contacts.
Trust has to be important. We know each other. The day you wanted to...
He knows when to pay bribes.
Because in a business, trust has to be important. We know each other. The day you wanted to travel, it is someone directed that to me. You understand? To help her.
The two smugglers refuse to say anything about their sponsors, but they tell me all I need to know about this business, the trafficking of young girls, including the shrine, which serves as an insurance for their nefarious activities.